Welcome to The Hub, your digital marketing podcast by Sparks Multimedia.
My name is Saja.
And my name is Chantel.
And today we're going to be showing you how to streamline your business thanks to systems.
This one's for you if you are a business owner or an entrepreneur that has reached your kind of a point where you're feeling overwhelmed, you don't know what's the next step of your business, you're thinking you might need to hire somebody, or you've hired somebody, a VA or somebody locally, and you're not quite sure why things aren't working out. It's impossible to delegate, and you're feeling extremely overwhelmed. This one is for you, so stay tuned until the end, and we'll get started.
First of all, what is a system and why are we showing you how to streamline your business with systems? So a system is, in its essence, like a daily habit or a daily routine that you can implement within your business. So if we take, for example, a morning routine, and let's just say you're waking up at 7 a.m., you're putting on your slippers, you're going to brush your teeth, next you're going to put on your gym clothes, and after your gym session, you're going to come back home, shower, get ready for work, and then hop on the bus. And by that time, it's 9 a.m. These are set in stone steps that you have to follow in order for you to make it to work on time. What you just did is follow a system within your life. Now, how do we apply these things in order to make sure that you make it on time for your service delivery, for your content creation, for everything that you need in order to make sure your business is running without getting overwhelmed and feeling like a headless chicken essentially on your day-to-day?
So when should you start looking into applying a system to your business? Well, today, yesterday, as soon as you can. You should always have a proper system in place for multiple reasons, for growth, especially if you're trying to grow your business and you're trying to delegate things. I've done so many different things in different various industries, and it's virtually impossible to grow your company without having a proper structure and proper SOPs. So if you don't know what an SOP is, it's a standard operating protocol, which essentially is, when you go work at McDonald's or whichever company, big, larger brands, you get that company manual. They have like A to Z of what to expect from their company, how to work the machines, A to Z from their company. Essentially, you need that for your company. And it took me a while to really grasp this. When I was younger and I was started doing a lot of startups and working with other people, it's something that it was something that was always told to me, like, you have to do. And I thought, but why? I'm a one-man show. Like, I don't need an SOP. But then you get to the point where you need to hire somebody. But now you need to sit down and write all your SOPs to delegate things. And that is so overwhelming to do, like, last minute, as soon as you need somebody, because you're already feeling overwhelmed, and that's already an overwhelming situation. So what you want to do is make sure that you are writing down all the steps of your business so that you can delegate. You need the proper steps for everything in your business, whether it be marketing. You need it for organizing your company, for, like I said, delegation, for time management, and ultimately everyone's goal, growth. So you need to definitely start doing whatever you need to do to start creating that SOP for your business.
I think the best way to put it into perspective is, if in your daily life, if you don't have that routine, if everything is kind of up in the air and you don't have a way of following things to make it on time to your job, what ends up happening? You end up not waking up. If you don't set that alarm in the morning and you don't make it to work, you're going to get fired. So everything starts crumbling apart, and it's the same with your business. So if you don't have the systems in place in order to make the operations run smoothly, whether or not you're the one doing them or whether you have employees doing them, then everything starts falling apart, and it's impossible to ultimately grow your business beyond what it's at right now.
Yeah, I feel like that's why a lot of times entrepreneurs and business owners, they struggle the most with keeping accountable. because they don't have a system, right? So if you work for a company, you have to be there at 9. You take your lunch at 12. You leave at 5. You have your delegated certain meetings. You have to be there. You have to show up. But I find that a lot of times when people start their own business, they don't know how to properly structure that so that they also can keep in line. Because they're so used to that system that they don't have one for themselves. So when you don't have a system, you literally start doing whatever, So you can't really do that. You have to have a structure. You have to stick to it. If you work Monday to Friday or 7 days a week like we do, you really need that system, or else you're really not going to be organized, and you're going to be wasting a lot of time and feeling very overwhelmed.
Correct. Now, how can you, as an independent contractor or as a small business owner or as a small content creator, begin to implement systems within your workflow? Well, it's very easy. The one thing that you have to start doing is start to realize what those processes are for you. So the same way that we explain, McDonald's has a training book with hours that you start the machines and hours that you put the fries in and whatnot. You need to start realizing and noting down what those processes are like for you in your business. So you're going to grab, whether it's a notebook or a Google Doc, you open it and you start writing, let's just say, for each of your departments, what kind of processes you go through all the time in order to make things happen.
So for example, if you are a candle business, right? You have different different categories of your business. So one is definitely marketing. One is customer satisfaction, customer service, essentially. You have the marketing. You have fulfilling the orders. And you have the invoices, you have dealing with suppliers. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, how and you want to delegate and you don't have anything structured, how are you going to hire somebody to help you with those things, right? So a lot of those things can be either automated or they can be delegated to someone else, right? And to be honest with you, a lot of the times, really all you need is automation. You don't really need to hire somebody right away. You just need that proper automation. So and that even goes for the if you're a service company, you're gonna have other different like a different variety of things that you're gonna need to automate. So once you do write them down, so for example, your invoices, this applies to really all businesses, right? You need a proper system for your invoices and a proper CRM. So let's just go back to the candle example. So if you have a candle company and somebody buys something off your website, well, how do you know when to fulfill it? Does it go into a CRM? How do you know? How are you keeping track of all your supplies? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know? How do you know where like all the customer information is, like their address and all that stuff? More importantly, how about you send them their candle and they have an issue with it? Where do you track all these things so that you can grow your business, to better your business, or to remarket them? It was just Black Friday. Well, if somebody bought a candle 6 months ago and you don't have a proper system, how are you going to let them know about your Black Friday deal, right? So it's all these little things that not a lot of people think of, at least at the beginning, and that should be eliminated right from the get-go. You need a proper CRM, you need proper automation, and that is the key to growing your business. You will never optimize without having the proper foundation set in place. You'll a lot of times just be wasting your money. And I've learned from personal experience working with my own companies, but also working for other people that were starting companies, and they just wasted a bunch of money because they didn't have the proper systems in place. So get your system.
So perfect. Now let's just say you've written down a couple of your systems, one for content creation for your candle company because you need to advertise your candles online, one for fulfilling your orders whenever an order comes through, and then one for the aftercare. So once the order has been fulfilled, what you do with that client afterwards, right? Let's just say you have all of these steps in order already in 3 different documents. Well, what do you do with these systems? Why is this helpful to you to have? The next step is that you're going to either pair these SOPs with a delegation system where you're going to hire someone that's going to do them for you, or you're going to find a software, an automation system that will be able to help you do this thing without having to actually spend the time doing it. So whether it's you or your employee, the software is going to take care of automating the process for you. What this can look like is, let's just say, an email software, right? When you're in the aftercare process where you fulfilled the order, well, you don't have to manually send an email to your client on Black Friday now to tell them that you have a promotion, and your employee doesn't have to manually send an email to your clientele to let them know you have an offer. There's a software for that you have a database of users, and the software will automatically send your promotion via email to all of those people. So that right there is a system that's been automated thanks to software, and it's just a way for you to kind of get that off of your chest and off of your time and off of your agenda. So basically, once you've had them set in stone, you're going to match them either with the delegation system or an automation system. And once you have the proper ones in place and you've tested them for a while, the next step will be to optimize them. So you're going to see, where is it failing? Where can I make it better? Where can I save more time? Do I need 3 people on wrapping my orders, or can I do it with just 1 person? So that's the next step. But in order to get there, you need to begin by implementing the software or delegation.
So my advice, I'm the one that basically does all the business operational stuff for our business, and where I always start before anything else is finding a proper CRM. And there are so many options out there for CRM management. My advice would be, depending what niche you're in, if you're like, there is a CRM option for pretty much every single type of business. If there isn't, there is a CRM that you can customize, and it will be like it was built specifically for your business. If you're a real estate agent, for example, there is a CRM for you. If you sell products, there's a CRM for you. Find the ones that are specific for your niche. See, because those ones are already pre-built. These things can be really, really time consuming to build out, to customize for your business. So that's why I would always recommend trying to find one that's already designed for your business, because essentially they're gonna have like the custom fields and things like that you already need for your business. If you cannot find something for your business, like we didn't, I would suggest finding one that's kind of all encompassing. So start with the CRM, definitely. Then most businesses should be online, right? So from our experience, it's hard to find one system that does pretty much everything. So our CRM is basically customer relations management, a management tool, and that one is literally just for marketing, email collection, lead nurturing. Like, that's pretty much a sales pipeline. That all goes into the one CRM. We own a digital marketing agency, so we have a lot of moving parts in terms of content creation, because we have different departments. So that is more of a project management tool that we need. So for that, we use ClickUp. It's so far it's been amazing. I've customized it specifically for my business. It is very easy to use. You can look at a lot of different YouTube videos to see how you can customize it for your business. That would be my number one recommendation, is to do a lot of research. Another thing is, like I was saying earlier, there isn't one perfect solution. So my suggestion would be to subscribe to like the top 3 that you think would apply to your business. There's free trials for all of them, usually between 14 days and a month. And subscribe to all of them, test them out, See which one you feel more aligned with. Some are easier to use, some have more options. So some have like project management and CRM built in together, some don't. So definitely try different ones to see which ones you use. So for example, like when we first started our business, we were using Asana. Well, Asana, we kind of outgrew Asana. Asana is a great tool. I would recommend it to pretty much anybody that's looking to manage their own content, and you're an individual and you're doing it all yourself and you want to like manage everything and see and organize like what's going out when. I would definitely recommend that one. But I wouldn't, like, it's not a scheduler. So you would need to also have something like a Metrocool, which is another software we use for scheduling all our content. We used to use Later. I would not recommend Later. Metrocool.
I found the analytics portion of it had lots of limitations.
Yeah, a lot of limitations on that end. So
Yeah.
we find Metrocool is a lot better. Like you can pull out custom reports. They basically analyze everything for you. So at the end of it, you're gonna need a lot of different softwares, a lot of different systems to make your business grow. We joke about it all the time. We just started the podcast last week, and we realized, oh, there goes another 3-4 different subscriptions, right? But that's the initial cost, but also we're saving like a bunch of money because, for example, we just subscribed to a podcasting platform where it basically distributes all our podcasts to all the streaming sites. That would probably take somebody a couple hours for sure to do.
At least one. To do it every single time. More. Yeah, between uploading things and
logging
whatnot.
out, logging in, verifying, all that stuff. You're looking at 1 to 2 hours minimum. And that's labor that you're paying. Either you're taking your own time, which, I mean, we pay like... We were paying what, $20 a month for this? Like my time is more valuable than $20. You know what I mean? Per hour.
Yeah.
So kind of like weigh out the pros and cons. Definitely with the cost of all these things, and see which ones mostly apply to your business. That would be my recommendation.
Yeah. Essentially, see it this way. If you've been up until this point a freelancer or one-man show, a solopreneur, and you're looking to expand, you're looking to grow, then what you need in order to do that is systems. And with systems comes subscriptions to softwares. So you're going to trade the hours and hours that you're putting into every single task that you're doing yourself and trading that for a couple of dollars that you're paying for a software.
That's more than a couple dollars.
Yeah, well, let's just say a couple of dollars.
It's definitely cheaper than hiring a bunch of people to do all these things.
Exactly.
Sure.
So you have to weigh out the pros and cons. You figure out what's your process. Then you figure out, is it worth it for me to hire someone to do all of this? Or is there a software that can do it for me?
Yeah. Also a good tip to keep in mind is, depending where you are at with your business, you're going to be, hopefully the goal is to constantly be growing. So this is something you need to reevaluate a lot more in the beginning. Like I would say 0 to 3 years, you're going to be reevaluating that a lot more often than none. But make quarterly goals, and one of them should be to quarterly review your processes and see where you can either add, remove, change. So like I mentioned earlier, we were using Asana from probably 0 to 2 years. At the 2-year mark, I'm like, let's look at different options, because now that we have a lot of different people part of our team, it's having a lot of limitations. Yeah. So that was something we reevaluated, and we realized, okay, there is a better option out there for us at this point in our business. So as you grow, you gotta just keep growing, because if you don't, you're gonna fall behind.
Yeah, the system you can easily outgrow the system, and the system can then easily fall apart, and your business can become very easily overwhelming again. So the goal is to always become more adaptable and to think, how can I delegate or how can I automate? And so once you develop that skill and you develop the knowledge in order to implement these systems permanently in your business, then you're going to be able to make that jump between being a solopreneur, a one-man person, into having a team that takes care of all these things for you. And this has been the case for us in the past 2 years, and we have lost team members whenever we've upgraded our system and revamped it. And we don't only outgrow the systems, but we also outgrow the people that we've delegated to. And that also comes with leadership, right? You have to be adaptable with the systems, with the people. You just have to see, how can I do better next time? Did I maybe even not have the right people in place, and who do I need to find? What are the qualities they need to have in order to be able to delegate this now to them? Because I don't want to do it. So,
yeah, and it does suck. Like, you get very comfortable using one software, and your team's used to it, and then that whole startup process. But I think the worst saying is, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, that is the worst saying. That is so like the old school mind of thinking. Like, no, that is literally the worst way to think about something. Like,
yeah.
Always think, well, maybe it's good as it is, but maybe there's better.
Yeah.
And there always is better, and you always have to be searching for that better option. What we use specifically, we use various different softwares for our business, whether it be editing tools, or
automation
tools, which is the most important. We use, for our CRM, we use Go High Level. This is something that we're recently implementing. This is so far an amazing tool that we've seen. And we use it for lead gen. We use it so like for our sales pipeline, lead nurturing. So following up with leads after we've either reached out to them and had a meeting with them. We get automated emails sent to them. What else?
We use ClickUp in order to manage our content and all of our projects. So right now we're actually reading our podcast notes or live notes off of ClickUp. We have a whole project management section within ClickUp that has what the name of the podcast is, or the name of the live series is, what the description is, who the audience is, what our episodes are, what next week's episode is, and now we have the breakdown of today's episode on here. And then afterwards, we're also going to have specific project cards for each of the content pieces that are going to come out of this. So the podcast, the YouTube video, the small short clips for our social media, all of these things are going to live within ClickUp so that our team can look at the information, grab the links from there, grab the footage from there, and they go and edit on their end. So everything is centralized and managed from ClickUp for our content specifically. And another tool that we use for our content as of recently, like we were saying, is Metricool. So we've been using it for tracking analytics and also for scheduling posts that don't need to be posted directly from within the app. So it's a very good tool. I would recommend it to anyone. We were anti-schedulers. We were pretty much a social media agency that hated schedulers, and we always promoted against them. I would say Metricool has been the exception to that.
Well, that being said, there are certain posts that you still, and certain features that you still need to do automatically.
Yeah, I was just
but it
gonna
makes
say,
it easier.
It makes it easier, and I feel like the pros outweigh the cons, whereas the other schedulers, they did feel kind of useless because you have to post things manually and then it wasn't tracking analytics. This one, no matter if you post it automatic through Metricool or with notification through Metricool, or you post it directly from the app, Metricool is able to pull in all of those posts, even if they weren't scheduled through Metricool, and you get the analytics from all of them. So it's really, really cool. We would recommend looking into it if you have any type of social media platform. Another tool that we use, that's a software to automate things and to connect things, because sometimes you can't, let's just say we have a
ClickUp, for example. Okay, so let's just say we get a new client, right? So the client accepts it. An invoice gets automatically sent out through Go High Level. Then after the invoice gets sent to the client, they sign, they become a client. Let's just say they're a content client for our agency. Well, how do I get Go High Level to talk to ClickUp to start forming a board with all the necessary things that I need? Well, Zapier, that's the answer. So anytime that there really is no in-house automation or APIs, to be technical, then you can use Zapier. Zapier will be your best friend. So essentially, we have it that once the client, like the project is won, in Go High Level, it automatically sends a message to ClickUp, and it also creates all the boards, all the automations, everything that we need from them. So it sends them an automatic email saying, hey, we need your logo design, your branding, your everything. So everything is completely automated. So essentially, that's literally all we do. We don't even have to send out. We don't have to create anything. Everything is automated. So if there are limitations within your CRM, look into Zapier, because that will be your best friend for sure.
Think of Zapier as the cable girl of the 50s. She's the plug. Zapier is just the plug between all the softwares that you're using that makes sure they can connect together. Well, hopefully this has been useful for all of you. Before we go, we know it can be an overwhelming topic to address, and it can be an overwhelming journey to embark on, to start looking for your own softwares and systems and how to delegate. So what we do have in-house at our agency is a consultation service that you can access if you're looking into developing your own processes for your business. So if you are going through that research, going through that hustle right now and that struggle, and you need some extra help, we do offer free consultations that you can schedule with us directly. You can have a look at our social links on any of our profiles through any platforms. And you'll find there the free consultation link, and you can ask us your questions, let us know what your goals are, and maybe we can help direct you in the best direction for you to find out the exact softwares or next steps in order to be able to implement systems within your own business.
So yeah, I hope you got some value out of this. To summarize, make sure you have a proper system in place for your business. If you don't, sit down, write down every single thing that you do for your business, categorize them, and see where you can either delegate or automate. Do some research to see which softwares and systems can help you the most and make the most sense for your business, and essentially get the ball rolling and really scale your business. And this is what you're going to need to do that. Without a system, without the foundation, nothing will work. So I hope you found this helpful. Stay tuned for next week. Our next episode will be about monetizing
your social media.
How to monetize your social media, the art of selling without selling. Thank you so much. Hope to see you next week, and have yourself a wonderful evening.
Bye.